Hi there, if you're new here, my name's Sonia. Today I'm sharing with you a fun tutorial on how to make these beautiful rainbow coasters. Have you ever admired those beautiful coiled rope bowls before? I know I have, and that's what inspired me to learn how to make these rope bowls. But if you're a beginner and you're intimidated by the idea of making something like this, why not start to learn a technique on something a little bit smaller? I spotted this beautiful rainbow rope in Spotlight and I thought it would be perfect for a project like this. A great way for a beginner to start learning how to make those coiled rope bowls. Are you excited to get started? Well, so am I. So let's get to it. So these are the materials I'm going to be using. Gutermann 414. A couple of wonder clips and snips. Let's not forget the sewing machine. This is the rope that I like to use. Now you don't need to use this rainbow rope for when you're creating. However, as soon as I saw it in Spotlight, I knew I had to have it. For the bowl I showed you earlier that used woven rope from Bunnings. Before we begin with the project, we're just going to snip off that end. Begin by coiling the rope around on itself. I'm going to refer to this here as the working thread, and I want to keep it progressing around in a clockwise fashion. You want to just have the rope kiss up against itself and not be firmly pushed into there to help maintain a nice, smooth, even tension. I'm going to use wonder clips to just help secure that in place. It's just going to rest there. Centering the project underneath your needle, and once you have it down on the machine, you can go ahead to remove those wonder clips. And my first few stitches are going to go forward and backwards. If you find that the rope is starting to separate from the rest, that's okay. You can lift the foot up, making sure your needle stays in your project. As you progress, the middle of the machine foot is going to go in between the two strands of rope as it begins to coil. You'll just need to keep an eye on this. Make sure that you're keeping your working rope over to the side and out of the way. When you get the chance to, you're going to want to remove those threads. If it uncoils a bit, that's okay. It can help you to establish where exactly your needle is at this time in the project and know where you need to be stitching. Just make sure that when it comes to the actual stitching, that's when it's nice and close and next to your project. It's easier to be working with the rope when it's closest to the needle on this side. It helps us to keep up with our project. Anytime you're not sure that the stitching has caught the rope, you can reverse. It can be a bit slow going in the start, but once you get the hang of it, and as you further progress, it moves along a lot quicker. As a reminder, to help keep it as flat as possible, just allow the two parts of rope to kiss up gently against each other. Don't have it in too tightly. I want my coasters to be the same size. From the center to the edge of this one is about 5 centimeters, so that's the size I want this one to be too. And it looks like we're nearly there. From an aerial surveillance, I think it's looking pretty good. To finish it off, I'm going to snip off the remainder of the rope. And I'm just going to flatten it and position it under. It's going to be the last part that I'm stitching over. And then I'm going to do a few backwards and forward stitches to secure. To finish, I'm going to make sure my needle is inside, and I'm going to push this button so the needle goes up and down in that one position. You can go ahead to snip away any little bits of fibres left here. Inspect your finished piece for any gaps. Just going to go back to close up that gap a bit. Cheers! And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these coiled rope coasters as much as I did sharing and creating them with you. So whether it's balloons or craft, I can't wait until I see you next time around. Take care, bye!